Hey everybody, how are you? I am super excited to be back off the river. I mean, I had so much fun, but I miss you all. Like, I miss being in the conversation, right? I miss, let's let Yellow Tara in here a little bit. I just miss being at the canvas that is life with you. So I wanted to hop on today because now I am super excited. Hey, Susan, for you to join me for the Sacred Circle Rise Above group coaching experience. I am beyond excited to circle up with other women who are passionate about this painting practice, who are looking or leaning into how to expand more and more and more into your most authentic, empowered self, right? That's what I'm interested in. And I don't know about you all, but there are a couple things, energies swirling around that's making this really, really current for me. One is that 2024 is our year of self-reclamation, right? So this is the year that I at least dedicated to really focusing on taking back more of who I am, getting to know who I am truly as opposed to who I've been conditioned to be, what parts of my personality are connected to my essence and my infinite self, and which are connected to programming, conditioning, family, society. Like, it's all good. This is the game of life. Like, this is the contrast and the drama, is if we can find ourselves again. And I really want to finish out this year going deep into that and kind of circling back to the intention that many of us set, that I set for our year together, to be a year of self-reclamation. So that's one thing, really wanting to finish strong in that subject, because second factor is next year, 2025, numerologically speaking, is a 1 year. So if you add up 2 and 2 and 5, or sorry, it's a 9 year. So it's the end of a 9-year cycle, which the last 9-year cycle, just to give you guys an idea, the last 9 year was 2016. So think about where you were then. That was the first Sacred Circle Day I did, December 2019. And it was all about, in 9 years, are all about wrapping up, healing, releasing, letting go of anything you do not want to bring into the next 9 years. Okay, so we want to really anchor into who we are truly, truly, truly now, and then spend next year being hyper aware, and this will be a whole new focus for 2025, hyper aware of what blockages, patterns, habits, old stories, limiting beliefs we are done with, so that we can move into the next 9-year cycle, which starts in the 1 year, 2026, all systems go. And then the third factor with that is that the next 9 years are huge for all of us, right? Think about, just for a second, don't dwell, but think about how old you're going to be 9 years from next year. So like in 9 years, I'll be 64. Blah. So I'm thinking there are all kinds of things that I want to experience and reach a level of mastery around, my own personal level of mastery, like my mastery in playfulness, for example, in that next 9 years. So this is huge. I feel this sanctity, this sacredness of our time, and am I spending it in a way that it wants to be spent? I think none of us are under the illusion like, oh, I'll do that someday, right? Like, today is the day. So these are all the energies that are swirling around for me, the excitement I have to circle up with you, with others who want to, like, hell yes, Whitney, I want to do all these things. I want to be as self-fulfilled as possible in this lifetime. I want to act from that place. I want to be a part of this coming back into balance, right brain, left brain, fear, love, masculine, feminine. And to do that, we need the feminine energies on this planet, of which women embody the most, like firing on all cylinders, right? And so this is the group that we're going to be circling up with. And this is the type of conversation we're going to have. So that kind of lays the first layer, right? That first layer, this is the energy. Hi, Talia. Is the energy that we're circling up, surrounded by, is this preciousness of time and the magic and treasure that our purest, most authentic, self-expressed selves are, and how can we reclaim more and more and more of that. Then on a more practical basis, we are going to start each session, or let me give myself the wiggle room. Maybe it'll be in the middle of the session or towards the end of the session, but every session, which will be around an hour and a half at 11 a.m. on Thursdays, recorded and all that. I don't anticipate everyone will be able to make every session, but you want to, in general, have 11 a.m. Pacific on Thursdays free. I know Susan is rearranging her work schedule to be able to be available, but we're going to spend 20 to 30 minutes painting together with a guided meditation that I will lead either live or pre-recorded, because perhaps I'm going to be painting along with you to really set the stage. And so that's one aspect that will be new and different, and in addition to Rise Above. There will be also a focus on the shamanic aspect of this painting practice, which for me is completely interwoven with everything that we cover in Rise Above, like using the canvas as a mirror, right? To allow ourselves to witness ourselves. So how deeply do you allow the canvas to serve as a mirror? Maybe you understand that on a certain level. Are you able to really harness that power? And then as another example of the shamanic elements is the subject of contrast, right? So contrast in our life and in art is completely necessary, right? And it's not all about the light, happy, fluorescent pink. Those of you in the creative frequency coaching know what I mean. It's not all about that. It's also about the shadow. And that's where we source our greatest wisdom and strength and power. It's the seed going into the dark soil, buried deep. You know, think of a seed and how deep it's planted, right? So fairly deep in the dark in order to grow. So with the shamanic painting, we are most curious. Hi, Anita. We are most curious about how the contrasting parts of our life, the shadowy, the challenges, the places where we have yet to forgive, where we have yet to heal or understand, how has that been the soil that's wanting to help you grow in this stage of your life? So this shamanic painting practice, kind of overlaid over Rise Above, is very much related to it. To the Rise Above curriculum. But because we're going to be in conversation, and because I know I'm speaking to a group of people that are wanting to lean in and really stir the cauldron that is the magic of this painting practice, we are going to go deeper into the transformational aspect of Rise Above. Other aspects around focusing on what you want, the clarity, breaking down clarity. Clarity is often not actually the issue. It can often be a fear of declaring and desiring what it is we're very clear that we want. So this is the kind of underneath the surface that we're going to go. So don't join this group if, you know, you're just looking for painting tips and tricks and want to have a, you know, light, kind of shallow conversation. Like, we're going deep with this circle. It's going to be immensely transformative. And we're also going to work with sacred symbols in a whole different way. I am going to intuit for each person in the group of which, again, there's only room for 13. So there's only a handful of spots left. I'm going to intuit a sacred symbol for you to paint, as opposed to the elephant in Rise Above. And then the final symbol will also be one that you discover through the guided meditations and journeys that we do. And clearly there is going to be sharing in this sacred circle. This is going to be a very supportive, safe place. We will establish all of that when we get started tomorrow. And so this is a place to come to heal, to face what you know is perhaps holding you back, or maybe you want to understand, you just sense like, I keep trying to get to this place. What is holding me back? If you want to explore that, this is the place to do it, right? So we're taking the Rise Above premise and lessons and the subjects, like the 8 principles of design. How do those really want to dance with you in this lifetime? I'm looking at the curriculum. Detachment, energy work, liberating yourself, experiencing freedom in this lifetime is completely an internal job. So at the end of this 8 weeks, of which we have a break for Thanksgiving in the United States, you know about that, and we end right before the holiday season kicks into full gear. Besides this, in the United States and around the world, this very potent fall time, we are going to hold space regardless of any personal opinions or external circumstances. How does one hold space and stay in your power when the outside world is generating more of the opposite, right? I mentioned in the original post, okay, I've got to check the time, that I had some downloads on the river, and one of them is around building up personal power. And this is another shamanic practice or awareness we can develop. Where are you allowing the 3D kind of human drama to siphon power away from you? And how can you, in the face of a group of friends complaining or news headlines, how can you maintain your space and boundaries and hold power, and at the same time be building your power by not giving it away? This is something we're going to explore deeply at the canvas as well. So I am beyond excited. If anyone has any questions who are live right now, and if you're watching the replay, feel free to comment below with any questions you have. I'm more than happy to answer. I will be checking back in at 11:30. I'm going to Alexis Cohen's Peace Project, and I'll be on a panel with Flora Bowley and Kat Smashbook, Cosmic Smashbooking Kat, and I'll post the link in the group, a separate link, if you want to join in if you haven't joined yet. I should be able to find that pretty quickly. So anyway, I am super excited. Like, for me, Rise Above, a transformational painting challenge, was again the course that would have been great if I could have created it when I first launched my online programs in 2009. But I didn't know then what I know now. And this course for me this is why we paint, and this is what our sacred and personal painting practice has to offer. And I know for myself, I go in and out of really accessing the fullness of the power and the healing and the transformation and the love that is being offered through this painting practice, the portals that it does open up. And in this group, there's going to be tremendous energy. Hi, Kelly. There's going to be tremendous energy around really allowing this painting practice to serve us in a big way. And you know, the accountability, painting every week for 8 weeks, in this kind of sacred circle with the awareness and the guidance, with the added energies of coming to the end of this 8-year and moving into a 9-year, and the next 9 years are going to be massive. The difference between 2026, which is the first year in the next 9-year cycle, and 2035, you all, that's what we're talking about this next 9 years. It has been predicted from being everything to the incredible shift that we've all been anticipating, with many milestones and structures creating themselves. And a lot of this depends on how we think and how we live life and how we create our reality. And so the Sacred Circle Rise Above group coaching experience is for those of you that want to be, ready and on the front line energetically, consciously, your level of consciousness, understanding that contrast is a part of our life experience. And the darker it goes, the more light we have available to us, and we are going to be ready. So, I can't say enough. So if that feels super yes, juicy, exciting, magical for you, while also perhaps you're feeling this I know those times that I'll deal with that later, kind of, it's fine, whatever. But this is an opportunity to bring more of us into the light, into our hearts, and circle up in sacred circle. So I'll also post the link in the comments here to join. Again, we start tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific. And if you have taken Rise Above, I really created this with people in mind who already have taken Rise Above. You don't have to have taken Rise Above. But if you've taken Rise Above, you already have the canvas and the supplies. I'm going to be painting over the lotus flower that I started, that I painted in the Rise Above course. So I've got it just rehung in the studio after taking it down for the retreat. Gotta close my computer. So anyway, lots to look forward to. And I'm really excited to have these conversations. It's literally, being on the river, paragliding, I love all those things, but being in this kind of meaningful, heartfelt, vulnerable, transparent, loving, supportive, 5D conversations is my happy place. So happy. So I hope you join me. Well, I hope at least there's 4 or 5 spots left. So if it's for you, you know it. Follow your heart. Follow the call. And regardless of finances, if it's in alignment with where your highest self is wanting you to go, the money is not a factor. Trust me, I've learned that over and over and over again. That is for sure. Okay, everyone. I will also try and hop in and post. I'll probably get on ready for the Zoom with Alexis, and I'll come in here and post the link if you have not registered for Alexis Cohen's Peace Portal project. I'm going to be there next with Flora Bowley and Cosmic Smashbooking Kat and someone else that I'm just forgetting. Sorry, but probably someone amazing. And I hope to see a lot of you there as well. Okay. Mwah! Sending so much love. I can't wait to see many of you tomorrow. Bye.